haven't we heard this story before? That familiar whisper, the one about a towering young center, a defensive anchor, finally making his way to the purple and gold? It's a rumor that has clung to the Los Angeles Lakers like a persistent shadow, a narrative that refuses to fade, even as seasons turn and rosters evolve. For what feels like an eternity, the name Walker Kessler has been inextricably linked with the Lakers, a will they or won't they saga that has played out in the rumor mills of Hollywood basketball. But here's the thing, Fabiano, the truly captivating twist in this long-running drama. What if this time the script has fundamentally changed? What if the circumstances have shifted so dramatically, so decisively, that the Lakers are no longer just interested in Kessler, but are now in a position of undeniable strength, poised to finally land their man without sacrificing their entire future? Can you feel that shift in the air, that subtle but profound change in momentum that suggests this isn't just another fleeting rumor, but a genuine opportunity finally knocking on the Lakers' door? For months, perhaps even years, the idea of Walker Kessler donning the iconic purple and gold has been a tantalizing prospect for Lakers fans. His shot-blocking prowess, his defensive instincts, his potential as a foundational big man. It all paints a picture of a player who could perfectly complement the offensive firepower of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Yet, the path to acquiring him always seemed fraught with obstacles, a labyrinth of trade demands and asset valuations that made any deal feel like a distant dream. The Utah Jazz, holding the reins to a promising young talent, were in a position of power, able to dictate terms and demand a king's ransom. But as any seasoned observer of the NBA knows, leverage is a fickle beast, constantly shifting, constantly evolving. And according to the latest intelligence from across the association, that beast is now roaring in the Lakers' favor. The seismic shift in this narrative comes courtesy of Jake Fisher, the esteemed NBA insider, who recently delivered a roundup of murmurs and intel that has sent ripples through the league. The core of his revelation? A distinct lack of current momentum regarding a long-term extension between the Utah Jazz and Walker Kessler. Fisher explicitly stated the Jazz and Walker Kessler, meanwhile, have no current momentum on an extension, sources say. Kessler is expected to enter restricted free agency next summer, while the Jazz decide in coming months whether to act upon the ongoing trade interest they are sure to receive. Now, let that sink in, Fabiano. No momentum on an extension. This isn't just a minor hiccup. It's a glaring red flag for the Jazz, a significant crack in their control over Kessler's future. Why is this so critical? Because in the high-stakes poker game of NBA trades, leverage is everything. When a team fails to secure a long-term extension with a promising young player, especially one of Kessler's caliber, their negotiating position weakens considerably. While the Jazz would still hold Kessler's restricted free agency rights next summer, allowing them to match any offer sheet, that control comes with a significant caveat. Teams always have a price in mind, a threshold beyond which they are unwilling to go. If another franchise, flush with cap space and a clear vision, presents an offer sheet that exceeds Utah's comfort zone, things can change very quickly. The Jazz would then be faced with a difficult choice: overpay for a player they couldn't agree on an extension with, or risk losing him for nothing. This looming restricted free agency, coupled with the current lack of extension talks, creates a window of opportunity that was previously slammed shut. And guess who just happens to have money during the 2026 offseason? That would be none other than Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a strategic advantage, a powerful card in Pelinka's hand, the ability to potentially sign Kessler outright in restricted free agency, or, at the very least, to present a compelling offer sheet that puts immense pressure on the Jazz, fundamentally alters the dynamics of any trade negotiation. Utah knows this. They understand that their leverage is eroding with each passing day, that an extension remains unsigned. The prospect of losing Kessler for less than his true value, or being forced into an uncomfortable overpay, makes a preemptive trade a far more attractive option for them. But there's another crucial piece to this puzzle, a development that further strengthens the Lakers' hand: the arrival of Deandre Ayton. Remember, not long ago, the Lakers' need for a dominant center was a deadly necessity, a gaping hole in their roster that demanded immediate attention. Now, with Ayton anchoring the paint, providing rebounding, scoring, and a formidable defensive presence, the situation has dramatically changed. Acquiring Walker Kessler is no longer a desperate plea for survival. It's a luxury, an opportunity to further improve an already formidable frontcourt. This distinction is paramount. Pelinka can now enter any trade negotiations with the Jazz from a point of strength, not weakness. He doesn't have to get Kessler, he wants Kessler. This subtle but significant shift in urgency allows the Lakers to be patient, to drive a harder bargain, and to avoid the kind of desperate overpays that have plagued other teams in similar situations. Imagine the possibilities: a front-court rotation featuring both Ayton and Kessler. Ayton's offensive versatility and rebounding prowess, combined with Kessler's elite rim protection and defensive instincts. It creates a defensive fortress, a twin-tower threat that could suffocate opposing offenses and dominate the boards. Kessler, at just 21 years old, represents a long-term building block, a player who could anchor the Lakers' defense for years to come, seamlessly transitioning into a post-LeBron era. His fit isn't just about immediate impact. It's about sustainable success, about building a championship contender that can evolve and adapt. The Lakers' interest in Kessler isn't just about filling a void. It's about acquiring a future cornerstone, a player whose trajectory aligns perfectly with the franchise's long-term aspirations. This isn't just another fleeting rumor. This is a confluence of circumstances, a perfect storm brewing in the Lakers' favor. The Jazz's internal struggles to secure Kessler long-term, coupled with the Lakers' newfound roster flexibility and financial positioning, have created an unprecedented opportunity. Rob Pelinka, often criticized for his moves, now finds himself in a position of power, able to dictate terms rather than react to them. If the Lakers truly believe in Walker Kessler as their center of the future, the momentum to land their guy has undeniably shifted. This isn't about a desperate gamble, it's about a calculated, strategic play, a patient approach finally yielding its fruit. The will they or won't they saga might finally be nearing its conclusion, and for the first time, the odds are heavily stacked in the Lakers' favor. So, what do you make of this, Lakers faithful? Are you feeling that surge of anticipation, that quiet confidence that this time, the Walker Kessler rumors might actually lead to something real, something truly impactful for the purple and gold? Do you believe Pelinka can leverage this situation to bring Kessler to Los Angeles without gutting the roster? Let us know your thoughts, your hopes, and your predictions in the comments below. And if you're as excited as we are about the shifting dynamics of this potential blockbuster, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the breaking news and in-depth analysis that keeps you ahead of the game.